Hey guys, this is my second video on solving by factoring. Again, if your factoring skills are not up to par, I suggest you go through my channel, find my factoring videos, watch those. You're going to need to be very, very good at factoring before you really start worrying about solving by factoring. So, solving by factoring. We're going to solve this by factoring. Again, the most important detail is we got to make sure our quadratic is equal to 0, which it is in this one. So I'm going to try and factor the left side. Now, if you watch my previous video on solving by factoring, what we first tried to do is, well, we can't use shortcuts yet and say, oh, two numbers that multiply the back, add to the middle, because this 3 is there. So in the previous video, what we were able to do is divide everything by 3. But if we tried to do that, and I could take 3 divided by 3, that works out. But if I try and do 7 divided by 3, it's not going to work out. We're going to get a fraction or a decimal. Either way, it's not going to be helpful to us. So what we're going to have to do is when we can't divide everything by 3, we're going to have to do what I call as the box method of factoring. Now, the box method of factoring, we're going to look on the left side and we're going to look on the right side. So on the left side, we have a 3. So I'm going to need to look at pairs of numbers that multiply to 3's, which is 1 and 3. On the right side of this box, I have 6, so I need pairs of numbers that multiply to 6. So 1 and 6, 2 and 3. So I'm going to have to pick a pair from the left side for the left side of my box. And I'm going to have to pick a pair from the right side, and I have two options there for the right side of my box. So I have to use 1 and 3 for the left side. I'm going to try 1 and 6 first for the right side. Now again, how the box works is first thing we're going to do is multiply straight across. So we're going to try straight across first. So 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 6 is 18. So we've so far focused on the 3 and the 6, the left side and the right side of my quadratic, but I still haven't touched that middle number. That's what we're going to be using these numbers for right here. So can we use 18 and 1 to somehow make 7? No. They're just looking at it. I mean, we could try and use pluses and minuses, put them both there. We're never going to get 7. So if multiplying straight across doesn't work, then our second option is use those same numbers, but this time we're going to crisscross. So I'm going to take 1 times 6, which is 6, 3 times 1, which is 3. And so then I would try, well, 3 and 6. I can make these both negative, 1 negative, 1 positive. Can I get 7? Doesn't really look like it. So I've tried the pair of 1 and 3 and 1 and 6. That didn't work out. So let me try the other pair that's there. So I'm going to try 1 and 3 still, and that's all I can use on the left side. On the right side of my box, I'm going to have to move to 2 and 3. So the first I'm going to try is multiplying straight across. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Now let's think. Is there a way I could use 9 and 2 to get 7? And fortunately, there is a way. So if I had a positive 9 and a negative 2, 9 minus 2 is 7. But here's the deal. If I put a negative here, I got to change the sign of the number right next to it, which is this 2. Conveniently, they're the same number. They're not always going to be the same number. But if I put a negative sign here, I got to put one there. If I would have put one here, got to put one there. So 9, negative 2, that is going to get me 7. So my factors, believe it or not, they are here. They are in the box. So if I use the crisscross or straight across method for coming up with those numbers, my factors are going to be the opposite, which is the crisscross. So on the left side, I need a 3, and remember x's come first. On the right side, I need a minus 2. So one of my factors is 3x minus 2. And then on my other crisscross, I need a 1 on the left side, so like 1x. And on the right side, I need a positive 3, so plus 3. And that is equal to 0. So again, if I multiply straight across, the factors are the crisscross. If the crisscross would have worked, then my factors, just so we get a refresher on that, would have been the straight across. It's always the opposite. So here are my factors for this problem. Now remember, once we're factored, we're going to take each factor, 3x minus 2, set that equal to 0. The other factor, when you have a 1 times x, that's just a plain old x. So x plus 3 is set equal to 0. And then all I got to do is solve each of these for x. So the left one, I'm going to add 2, add 2. I'm going to have 3x is equal to 2. Still got to get x by itself, so I divide by 3, and x equals 2/3. So there's one of my solutions. And on the right one, x plus 3, I'm going to subtract 3, x equals -3. So there are my two factors there, or sorry, two solutions, and that was solving by factoring 2.